Happy holidays everybody, hope all is well. High on Life is a tale of two games. Its ability to make you laugh and appreciate the artistic side of game design is exemplary, but it's also simultaneously just another average shooter. So that's where I'm going to take this review, because ultimately I laughed hard and often as expected, and gunplay was middling as expected, but what really impressed me was the level of commitment Squanch Games showed in realizing their vision of this universe. And I think that's the selling point. It is a story, it is a game, but they come together to make a world for you to experience, and every single inch of it feels authentic. Like BioShock or Elden Ring, though admittedly on a much different level, I felt like I'd experienced the full artistic vision of its creators. So let's get this out of the way early. If you're looking to High on Life as a competent shooter, you'll be disappointed. That aspect is, I'd say, serviceable, not bad, but not great. We'll get into it. Rather, High on Life is really selling you a comedic experience, and you should believe the headlines from a creator of Rick and Morty, most popular game on Game Pass, and AAA voice acting. But even the headlines, I feel, miss the big picture. High on Life does not feel like a game designed by committee. Instead, it comes off as a singular vision that the entire dev team seemingly wholeheartedly bought into. I tried and failed to find something that didn't fit. A piece of art, a voice line, a character, anything. But every time I pushed, Squanch Games replied with, "Hold my beer, mother."
Hey, don't even think about going down to the slum.
Yeah, this is a maintenance-only shaft, so scram!
Okay, that's gotta be the way into the slums. Here, let me sweet talk these two, weirdos. Hey, kid, excuse me, can we get we need to make our way into the slums, please?
No.
Hold on, so you really want to get into the slums, huh? Then settle a bet for us.
Come on, don't make him answer this,
No,
man.
I want to know.
It's fine, we'll help.
Okay, great. If you saw us at the bar, which of us would you ask out?
Space meth out of the hands of our extremely horny geriatrics. No criminal organizations like the G3 cartel have been able to sow their evil seeds in our fair city. For now.
This feels like a trap. I'd rather not say.
Come on, you gotta answer. It's a hypothetical. We know it's not real.
Well, you know, just give us like your gut instinct. Come on.
Don't be afraid. We can take it.
Remember our catchy slogan.
I guess the red guy.
Whoa, seriously?
Okay, come on. You don't gotta say that just to make him feel better. He's a big boy. He can take it if you think he's way uglier than me.
No, they said me. They picked me, dude. They picked me, not you. They picked me. They said I was hotter, not you.
Well, it's true. Look at you. I'm not a liar, man. I never lied in my life. I look at you and I see filth.
No, well, that's not what they said. They said they picked me. They said I was hotter. Didn't you say that?
And I have heard your concerns. Murder rate.
You know what, on second thought, I guess the blue guy's a little hotter, if I had to be honest.
Yeah, see? See? I fucking told you. They must have had something in their eyes, and now that they got it out, they can see clearly how much hotter I am.
Oh my god, I'm crushed. That actually hit me a lot more than I thought it would. Whoa. Just give me a second. I'm like lightheaded now. Hold on.
Hey, thanks for being smart about this. Just between you and me, I'll let you use my door whenever you want. Free access in and out of the slum. Just don't hurt, yeah?
Wow, thanks. Shit, I'm glad we picked you.
I'd rather you not use my door, like, ever, if that's all right. I mean, you really hurt my feelings back there, man. Like, I don't even want to look at you right now. You're making me sick. I can't even make eye contact with you right now after what you said to me.
God, I feel really, really bad, but we're just gonna go ahead and use this other equally viable door, and we'll be on our way.
Have been able to sow their evil seeds in our fair city.
High on Life is a very adult-themed game. Sex, drugs, and ethically dubious scenarios are pervasive throughout. Literally within a few minutes of booting it up, people are doing lines of cocaine and you have to decide if you want some, no joke. And the bad language is seemingly peppered throughout every sentence. Squanch Games even go so far as to say explicitly they do not recommend it for children. As a result, I can't really show you many of the moments that truly made the game for me. YouTube would have my head. But I'll do my best to walk right up to that line, and you can let your imagination do the rest. That brand of comedy, however, is spot on Justin Roiland. He's the co-creator of Squanch Games and co-creator of the award-winning TV show Rick and Morty. If you've seen it, that's exactly what you can expect here. Rick and Morty doesn't just discuss relevant topics like isms or technology or the failings of modern society, it attacks them. Like South Park, Rick and Morty has a very clever way of illustrating the issue in all its arguments. Then it proceeds to destroy them and point out just how absurd we all are for acting as we do. And I think leveraging mature topics in such an immature way makes it hilarious, relatable, and honestly, in some ways, brilliant. The plot's simple and stupid. An alien cartel has attacked Earth and are using humans as drugs. You're just Joe Schmo, ordinary average human who's been thrust into the spotlight by happenstance and are tasked with saving the race. Various characters and guns, which are also characters, assist you throughout. That's it. Like I said, simple and stupid. But as I learned playing Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy last winter, even the most overused storytelling tropes can turn into absolute gems when executed well. That game's great, by the way, best story I played in years. I'll leave a link to my review below. One hallmark of Rick and Morty you'll find here is how often they break the fourth wall. For example, in Rick and Morty, Rick knows he's a cartoon there to entertain you. He often speaks directly to you, the viewer, discussing it. And High on Life takes the same approach, like the incredible intro criticizing the devs for prioritizing crouch over double jump. Just check this out.
All right, Buck, you're gonna have to use the brand new double jump to get over there. Oh shit, I'm sorry, Buck. I forgot there's no double jump, just crouch. We gotta try crouching, Buck. Fucking scheduling and scoping bullshit. A fucking crouch prioritized over a double jump. Who is this? Who are these people above us?
Or how about this?
Never again. Okay, I'm serious. Delete it. Delete it. And if you can't do it, we go to, you know, it's a whole mission. It'll be a whole DLC mission. Every last peso we've ever earned, we pay whoever it is to delete this fucking detective mode bullshit. You know, a whole DLC story about it that we'll charge $45 for, and it'll only be like an hour of content because fuck you, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that. We're not gonna do that.
Maybe it's just my style of comedy, but I find that sort of multi-layered messaging pretty clever. It forces you to stop and consider every side, and in doing so, you often find extra jokes hidden in the strata. You know what I mean? Now, this stuff is all over the place, and it's great, but it does sometimes pull you out of the game in moments it shouldn't. Like this one time I was trying to finish a bounty, and I'm racing for the door, and a character in the game just flat out says something like, just go to the top, it's always at the top in levels like this. You know, I mean, I laughed, but I did lose an intense moment there. So maybe a natural transition here is to talk about the supporting cast. You have a sister, Lizzie, voiced by Laura Silverman, a typical teenager, likes to party, argumentative, but she does love you. There's also Gene, voiced by David Herman. He's a former famous bounty hunter who's helping you eliminate the G3 cartel. The three of you form one set of the game's social circles. Lizzie and Gene argue a lot for various reasons, and you play mediator. As the game progresses, you navigate interpersonal challenges and grow. That's it. The second social circle is made up of you and your guns. In game, they're known as Gatlians, an entire race of sentient weapons. The backstory is a major plot point, so I won't spoil it, but you start with just one, Kenny, voiced by Justin Roiland.
Did that thing just spit all
Finally!
over you?
Oh my god, finally I'm free, thank God!
Soon after, you pick up a homicidal knife called Knifey, voiced by Michael Cusack. He's got some of the best lines in the game. Check these out.
Amazing. You have no idea. Oh, God, I'm in heaven right now. Oh, you should see this. Oh, ripping through his drill tendons like they're butter. You seriously trying to get me all... Ah, fuck yeah, that's definitely the stuff. Oh, now that felt good. He had some very nice, choppable flesh, actually. It was actually very nice.
We also get Gus, voiced by J.B. Smoove. Love that guy.
Ooh.
Hey bud, the name's Gus. Feel good to meet you. Look at you, man. Pretty slick taking out Krubis like that, rescuing me from indentured servitude, etc., etc.
Sweezy, voiced by Betsy Sidaro.
Oh, ha! All right, dipshit, let's go.
What? No.
Creature, voiced by Tim Robinson.
Oh, hey! You look nice! My name's Creature. The bad guys did experiments on me and fucked me up real bad in basically every way you can imagine.
And let's do it, voiced by, I actually don't know, it's a mystery.
But he's all in there, right? Like, he knows who I am?
Let's do it.
Les, I can't.
Let's do it.
I'm so sorry.
The interactions with your guns are relentless, to the point there's a setting in-game where you can reduce the chatter. I personally didn't. I thought, there's probably some funny stuff in there I didn't want to miss, and with a second group of characters comes a new set of problems. I won't spoil it because, again, major plot point, but you play mediator and try to make everyone happy. All of the voice acting is fantastic, and am I wrong, or is this Taika Waititi?
Hey, yo, discerning customer, would you be interested in some quote-unquote food?
While we're talking guns, let's talk combat. Earlier I used the word serviceable, but that's for one major reason. I think the foundations for a great combat experience are there, but where it falls short is in the challenge presented to you as the player. There's little reason to make use of your arsenal or abilities. For the most part, it's simply pick your favorite gun and pull the trigger, which is unfortunate because here I am, with 5 or 6 awesome guns. They synergize with each other, distinct ways of shooting and firing, different damage, the whole 10 yards, and I'm never really presented with combat scenarios where I'm forced to make use of it. Even cranking the difficulty up to max seems to simply result in more hit points for the enemies, and they take forever to kill. It's like putting Doom Guy in Mario World, but like I said, the fundamentals are there. The arsenal is varied in function and can be upgraded to suit your needs. You have surprisingly great mobility with a jetpack, a dash, and a lasso, and the environments lend themselves to some intense and creative gameplay. Speaking of environments, wow, impressive stuff. Now, there are many worlds in High on Life, each with a distinct theme and design. The game world is more a hub style than linear. By that I mean your home in Blim City serves as a base you keep returning to after each mission. If you've seen one hub, you've seen them all. Here you can talk to various vendors, obtain missions, and visit the pawn shop, which serves as the place to buy upgraded gear. And the upgrades are significant, in some cases changing how a gun works entirely. You can also approach any random stranger you see and strike up a conversation. I was impressed by the game's dialogue here. It all seems relevant, fully realized, hilarious in most cases, and nearly bulletproof. Like if you walk away from a conversation, the same dialogue doesn't just keep rolling. Instead, it cuts to lines that fit the situation, like the citizen will start talking trash to you for walking away from a mid-sentence. And the state of interactions with citizens and vendors persists, like this guy who's selling vials of how do I say this? I guess sexually transmitted fluids. I encountered him a few times in game, and with each interaction, our conversation carried on like we were long lost friends. By the way, this guy's got the best product. He'll tell you all about it, why it's the best, how he gets it, why he has so much. It's hilarious. So yeah, the levels are really another shining star here and reinforce just how fully realized their artistic vision of the game is. They're beautiful and packed with detail. Even the little things like posters on the walls seem to have been hand selected. It feels like a lot of love went into the level design. There's also a hefty chunk of puzzle solving and platforming in the world too. This is where your guns come in, as each has something called a trick hole, and several of the trick hole abilities double as platforming tools. This will be confusing early on, as you'll see areas for platforming and puzzle solving, but don't yet have the weapons to navigate them. And this is done by design, as Squanch Games absolutely loaded up on secret items and passages, and they want you to go back and fully explore each level. It's not necessary, but it does work well for extending your playthrough and even functioning as a sort of endgame. The last thing I wanted to mention in this section is the television. Yes, a television. In your home, full episodes and movies from the 80s play. I spent probably a solid hour over the course of the game, honestly, just sitting down and watching. But the funniest part of it to me, and something that really illustrates the humor and attention to detail in this game, is the network on which it's aired. It's called Human TV and is hosted by an alien who has nothing but contempt and disgust for the human race. He's constantly making fun of us and all that. It's hilarious. But what really pushed it over the top for me was noticing all the little items behind him. Sir Isaac Newton's pendulum labeled as a torture device, air, a shoe, one called taxes. I don't know, that's pretty funny to me, but step back and think how much effort went into making this television show for the game. It says a lot. So, final thoughts. I'm going to bring up Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy again because it was around this time last year I played that, and it reminded me I can enjoy something besides shooting stuff in games. Storytelling has really advanced, in part because of the talent getting involved, like Justin Roiland, and also because the technology allows creators to make the worlds of their dreams for us to play in. High on Life fits that bill. When you consider the total package, I think it's a solid and enjoyable game. It does have its shortcomings, but for a small studio and budget, I think they did a pretty admirable job job bringing it all to life. The attention to detail and commitment to the artistic vision is impressive. High on Life is just so bizarrely funny, it's so random, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized that's the secret sauce. That's why everything seems to fit in this world. Nothing's out of bounds or out of ordinary in High on Life, and when you're cognizant of that, you realize there's this subtle sense of anticipation with each new interaction, a sort of, all right, let's see how ridiculous this gets attitude. You know, it's great. So yeah, check it out. It's on Game Pass for free and Steam for $60. I'd suggest Game Pass as it's pretty much a one and done title, but there is enough here to warrant $60 in the right circumstances. The levels are pretty big, so if you're the type, you know, who wants to take your time and discover everything, hear every story, and laugh at every line of dialogue, there's a solid 20 to 30 hours of playtime. It is a pretty cool world to spend time in, so, you know, I wouldn't fault you. And with that, I'm done. Merry Christmas, everybody. Take care of one another, and I will see you soon.
I'm from a sweet little organization called Mothers for Violence, and you're about to enter a sector under our jurisdiction. That's right. There's Mothers Against Violence, and then there's us, Mothers for Violence. We're a little different. We love violence, and we want more of it everywhere.